Hi, everybody. We're going to be taking a look at the book that I gave each of you, bought you each a copy. It's called What is the Constitution by Patricia Brennan Demuth. And so today we're just going to preview the book, which is a great idea, a great way to take on a new book, especially a book that has lots of information that you're expected to remember. And so while we're previewing this book, we're going to be on the lookout for a few reading strategies that we want to practice. And so in this lesson, we're going to practice a few things. One is that we're going to notice that if there are headings, photos, or illustrations, we want to study them before you read the text. That we want to use what we know already, our prior knowledge, to connect with the text. And then we want to ask questions throughout the reading process. That'll help us remember a few things. So let's get started. So let's take a look at our front cover. And so one thing that's a really good idea when you're looking at an illustration or a picture of some kind is to do two separate things. The first thing that you want to do is notice what you actually see in the pictures. What do you actually notice as far as the colors and shapes and that sort of thing? And that's called making observations. And then secondly, you want to then go and try to figure out, well, what is going on? What's actually happening based on what you observed? And so that's where we're going to draw some conclusions. So let's take a look at our cover right here and let's observe what's here. So, well, you can see it's got a title, What is the Constitution? It says 16 pages of photos inside. It's a New York Times best-selling series. Okay, we can read those words. And then we can see there's some people, they're holding a banner or something. It looks like a banner. You can see this guy's got sneakers on down here. It says, looks like We the People in some sort of a weird type of handwriting. We can see a bunch of American flags. There's a bunch of look like kids wearing red, white, and blue clothing. This person's got blue and some red and white stripes and a red, white, and blue hat. And then over here, and you can see some yellow stripes here and some white stripes. And so when we look at this picture, we probably can conclude that these are people that are part of a parade, that they're dressed up with the fancy hat and looks like the wig here, and they're walking down the street. And so these people are coming along as part of a parade. And then here are the people on the side, and they're cheering those people on. All right, so I guess we're going to take a parade through our book. All right, well, let's look over at the back cover. And if you have your copy, you can look at the back cover too, but here's a picture of the back cover. It says, What is the Constitution? And so if we read this back cover, we can learn a few things. Often a back cover has some information about the book so that you can decide if it's a book you want to read. And so we'll take a look, and it tells us some things about the Constitution. It says which of these facts are true. And then you notice at the bottom, it says all of the above. So one thing we can see is that the Constitution was written in 1787, and it says it's the document that outlines how our government works. It's the second bullet point says there were lots of arguing over what it was going to say. So lots of arguing ahead, I guess. And then the third thing, the meetings about it were kept secret. So that's very interesting. All right, let's take a look at the inside front cover. This is the title page of the book. And so let's take a look at that now. So again, you can look in your copy of the book, or you can look here on this picture. So what are the things that we notice? What do you observe in this illustration? And so I observed several things looking at it right away. There's a bunch of writing here in the center of the page. So that's a bunch of writing of some kind. And it looks like this writing's in cursive. It doesn't look like your regular print. It's certainly different from this print down here at the bottom or this print up here at top. It looks kind of hard to read, especially this little print over here. I can still kind of maybe make out some words. Like this one says, I think it says Article 1. I can make out a lot of these words. There's a heading up here. It's that heading that we saw on that banner in the parade on the front cover, We the People. And then it says some other things, but if I look very carefully, I can see it says, We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. Oh, Well, I know that. That's the preamble of the United States Constitution and I've seen that in some Schoolhouse Rock videos. So what can you conclude? Well, this is a picture showing the top part of the Constitution of the United States, or at least an illustration of that. All right.